Long time to load the game. I did find out something that can kind of use the idea I had, just a little bit of modification. Go to full screen here. Why is everything so sluggish? Get Social Stream Ninja up. My YouTube window to another screen. It's weird whenever I put the game into windowed mode. I can't see it. And meld. I'll have to go back to the regular full screen. I can't see anything else on that screen. What I did was I did like before, where I have my smelters, I drop the resources into the storage units, and then shoot it out into the furnaces and the fabricators. What I did then was have a belt. Kind of goes all around, and the resources bill, they go into the right storage units on this side. So I can just have one belt and simpler connections. So lets me kind of have a cleaner setup. So, and I don't necessarily need like to have a certain number, as long as I'm producing the resources. I have as many fabricators and furnaces as I have room for, and all the resources come into here. And I did test up to, okay, I'll go into that. John, I just thought of something. What if they... I wonder... That was as far as I tested it. What I have to test next is if these resources can go into the next step. I produced all the things I need, like the plates and the sheets, wire, powder. Now I need to make heat shields, stabilizers, synthetic silicon, rotors, glass, and ceramics. And all that I can make the final step and ship it to the corporations. I had turned off the power. And then I redid the lines because having the power running, things were kind of getting clogged. Did I not ever hook this fabricator up? Never hooked it up on this end. I think I hooked it to the wrong thing. Ugh. But finding out that multiple things can travel on the rails, and then the right thing will go into the storage unit, which kind of changes things a little. Just need to make some of the resources and ship them out. With this, I can pretty much just kind of change. I'm hoping to be able to change minimal amounts of things, maybe just what's being produced. So I don't have to like change the physical layout and just simply go in and pick the new thing. See, and on this side, I just wanted to do the titanium sheets. But the thing is, once those are full, then shouldn't it go into here? Maybe I'll try something. Also, it did let me compact things a little more, or just have 2 lines of units instead of 3. They're also closer together. I do have room to build out further if I want. Or I can use the belt mechanic and just shift everything down to the end. I'd used this before to go just fill up multiple storage depots, but always with the same item. Didn't realize that you could put multiple items on a rail line, and the game would, if if it was on the line, the game would shift a resource to its appropriate facility. In theory, I would think that this would connect all the storage. And then I put it all on this rail. I don't know if I want to connect them other than at this point. Because I have a furnace for the ceramics, for the glass. And a fabricator for the rotor. Once I have that, that should be all the things I need to send onto the final processing. So let's see. This will be interesting. If it actually works or not. If it does, then maybe I've got a system where I can change from one production to another easier.
Ruptura status stable. Arcadia status stable.
At least it's giving me a chance to kind of learn the game more. Just keep working on learning it. It's a fun one. I think I could play many times. Should be able to. This way I think isn't too high, so I can go ahead and go in that direction. I didn't do that. Wait, there we go. Ah. They look nice. I think for the most part, avoided the heavy spaghetti. Just things all over each other. Let's have another belt rail. To be honest, if it works, I'll be surprised. In theory, it should work, but when do things ever go like that? Connected there too. Should bring every resource to these. And then carry those resources plus the resources from these to the next step. Need heat shields, helium-3 stabilizers, synthetic silicon, wolfram powder, helium-3, titanium rod, heat shield, wolfram plate, and stabilizer. So two things will need heat. Two things need helium. Really, it's just the stabilizer, the heat shield, synthetic silicone. Those are the products. That and more basic things is what the final recipes are. Well, yeah, that's what I was use the nozzle, the chemicals. So I think I still have two more levels of production to go. I think it's the heat shield, resistant sheets, a furnace. Actually, maybe I should stick with this pattern. Let's let me build up a resource library. So it's showing everything available, which makes sense. Since everything's on that line. So that does kind of make me hopeful that it'll work. Cautiously optimistic. If this works, I'll be impressed at their coding logic. Didn't notice that till now. Hey buddy, how you doing? How's your day going? I'm on my break from work. Still a little more working on figuring out how to make an effective or efficient factory. That kind of is the main goal of this game, I think. I know I didn't have to build storage units, but kind of gives a buffer and That's me gaining a lot of stuff. So I need to do a nozzle. I made 2 productions for nozzles, and that's a mega press item. Huh, interesting. I should fill these holes before I fall on one. I also need to produce 1 chemical. Hmm. So I have 2 companies that want that. Okay, I hear your stomach, dude.
I need to survive. Dehydrated. Delicious.
Right past them. I have to build up my food and drink supply. So I'm going through it, working on building the factory. Thought I said that. It's not. Next, other line of storage depot. Hold more items. Probably need these in the future. Store some. Why'd the game run? I mean, just fill the floor here so I can get the right angle. That's why angle confused it. I didn't think that this was so high. Great, I ran into hold this side too. I didn't think I would. It wouldn't be a big deal except maybe I'll build over. Oops. long as I can at least build a platform and build things I need to. I don't care. If it's too deep to build anything, then oh look. Impeller's going to be another one of these. Mega presses. Try to make a whole bunch of that intermediate building material. I only go where I want. Finally. This may be a problem. At least let me build that. Mega presses sure take up space. Wonder what refineries and other things to take up. Still too high. Ah! That was yep. Space there as far as I could, basically. Crap. Only go there. Doesn't seem to want to let me to put it there. Let me put it there. Not there. Gonna have to build there. I pulled that over too far. Maybe that was the only place that let me build it. Let's see. Let me build it over. I should have just left it. That's why I put it there. It wouldn't let me put it anywhere else. Once I get past this line, it should get back to normal. direction. Let's go this way. Hmm. Hmm. This one, nozzle. Nozzle. That's an impeller, then it should. There we go. Hey, Loa, Chama777. I'm playing on PC. It's a pretty fun game. If you like building, and sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But this one just it's been really addictive. So I've just been enjoying working on figuring out how to do all this, how to get a better factory going. So that's what I'm working on now is my factory, which got 2 nozzles and an impeller. I need to build chemicals too. I think chemicals is that a furnace recipe? It can play up to 4 player. Yeah, if he likes playing it, building type games, it would. But you also get to explore. It's an open world, so you can explore, and it's filled with arachnids. That are like kind of like Starship Troopers in a way. Those just they're big, they're ugly, and they swarm all over you. So you gotta build weapons and you can explore those old ruins and stuff because you're trying to settle this planet and send stuff back to the corporations. So the combat's pretty decent, and it's early access, So there's parts of the map that aren't in yet. But those areas are sectioned off by their radioactive, so kind of keeps you from going into where they haven't finished. But it's a lot of fun. It's keyboard mouse now, but they will have controller. Oh, no problem. I like to talk to people too, so yeah, it's on Steam and it's on sale because they have it's an early access discount because they just came out. It was like, I don't know, a week or two ago. It hit early access, pretty recent. And on their Steam page, you can see the roadmap and gives you an idea of what they'll be adding to the game. And they do have controller support as something that they will be adding. Which there's a lot of keys. So curious how they'll get the controller working. But even though I usually play with controller, this has been, for the most part, easy to play with a mouse and keyboard. Building's pretty straightforward. There's different resources, like those are titanium resources. Put an ore extractor on it. Yes, hit a smelter, it turns it into bars.
I'm detecting increased Raptura activity.
And there's the other
Prepare
thing.
for a wave.
Raptura activity. The star, every so often the star will let out a burst. It melts, it incinerates the planet. But then it regenerates over time. Like, and there's smelter that takes your ore and refines it. So what I'm doing is, after you get your basics, then you can build more complicated things and more complicated things, and you send the items back to the corporations, which I'm not going to get a chance to do that before the next burst. But there's like there's units like this, except instead of storing, they send to the corporation. As you send them supplies, they reward you with new tech. So it's kind of your standard. You keep building, getting more advanced technology, more advanced items. And on the Rupture, you get 2 warnings. First warning, you have a few minutes. After that, the second warning, you've got a little over 15 seconds to get to safety, or you'll be incinerated. And there's the second warning. So, we'll head back to base. And you've got your... Oh yeah, well, it depends on what you like playing, or she likes playing what you like playing. I think it's good for anyone that enjoys building games. But the graphics are nice. Graphics are good. Moving around the world it's a nice world, and the enemies they have different types of the arachnids, but overall, once you get weapons, the better your weapons, the better you can handle them. Like, once you can get a rifle, then you're good, and you can buy weapons with these credits that you get by completing things. I keep some in here, war bonds, so you can unlock new weapons, mods. Yeah, this you start from scratch. Stardew Valley, I've seen it, haven't played it, but it's, and one reason I haven't played it is because it looks pretty addictive. And this is kind of addictive like that, but it's not quite so peaceful.
Planetary temperature returning to normal.
Once you get that all clear, then doesn't necessarily mean everything's cooled. Still have to like lower temperature, but it doesn't take very long for things to cool. When you first come out, the planet's just like total dead quiet. Everything's gone. This is also when it's a good time to go looking for blueprints. Because blueprints are usually in old, abandoned former bases that previous expeditions put there. But they always have a lot of arachnids nested. But after a rupture, everything's incinerated until they regenerate. So now there's no enemies. It's a good time to explore places that are heavy in enemies. But slowly, the smoke clears and the planet will regenerate everything. Yeah, I've got some other. I got hours of this on here, and you can look at the page, and there are a ton of videos on here. You can do all kinds of different things with the building. One thing I've recently discovered is that these rail lines, you can put multiple things on them, and then connect them to to things like different storage units or processors, and the right item will go in the right place if you have multiple items going along the rails. So you can use kind of like a conveyor belt to avoid the spaghetti. I was getting a lot of spaghetti red rails all over the place. So I've been trying to figure out a way to kind of do a cleaner factory, something that I don't have to keep tearing stuff down, building it up to change what I produce. So I'm kind of trying to get something that everything goes in different stages of production. Then I can just change what items are produced. Everything goes on conveyor belts at each step. So that's me. Hopefully the idea is I won't have to keep rebuilding, changing the hardware out. Let's see, chemicals. Yeah, I thought so. That was a furnace recipe. That was dumb. Built it too far forward. Can't move things right now, but when you destroy things that way, you get all of what you spent on it back. So you're not owed anything. It'd be kind of nice if you could move stuff, but at the same time, it's not like the most critical thing. And I know there's other stuff to finish first. I would like controller support, but not having trouble with the keyboard and mouse. I haven't played it in multiplayer yet, but I think it would be easier because you can divide your work. You can also tackle the nest of enemies together. They will swarm you and overwhelm you. And once they've caught your scent, it takes a lot to get them to give up. But what the storage depots are here for is kind of as a buffer to kind of hold items and so the system can process them. It's still at a spot that's too high, I think. There we go. But everything in the game now, they should be expanding. There'll be more technology, more recipes for food. You have food and drink to keep track of. There's going to be more items like that, more recipes for that, more building stuff, more enemies, more things on the planet. My description, or like on my video, actually, just pulled it off the Steam. Figured their description was as good as anything I could do, especially when I first started. I don't know, actually. Let me save this right here. It's the main menu. Tutorial. See what happens. Oh, Virgil? Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know, I put like 50, 60 hours in. Okay, the engineer. She is, and you are a criminal, or you've been convicted of something, like I'm a soldier, and my conviction was desertion. Hers, she smuggled drugs and materials, but they send convicts, prisoners off to the planets to explore and do settling. Kind of expendable labor. Get lost, they'll send someone else. I could be wrong, but I think they might be adding more characters. Switch over here. Steam page. Let's see the. Early access roadmap. That's all the things that they're going to be adding to it. But that's something, I think you could actually, they are open to being contacted, especially at this point. I would contact them and ask them if there's going to be more options, maybe to do the 4 character types, all as male or female. I don't know, if they aren't planning that, it might be something that wouldn't be a huge thing for them to code as far as code goes. There is a tutorial section, but for that I just skipped it. I'll pull us back up. furnace, chemicals. That's going to be chemicals. And as the planet kind of restores itself, sound comes back in. The level of sound that comes back in seems to kind of go along with the planet's level of regeneration. It's just a nice little touch. Hmm. That's something. Put this here. I think this is like either a small team or a small studio, but lately my favorite games have all kind of been like that. It's like these smaller studios are putting out the better games these days. I think maybe because the big studios have kind of gotten lazy and just kind of take customers for granted. They're not as hungry for the business. Smaller studios are. They seem to do more with a smaller team. Sometimes even a single developer, like Escape from Duck Off. It's another one. I think it's like one developer. And the game's a really great game. It's in my library. Got to get back to playing it. Get these when they're on sale. Need to play them. So that should give me the final production so I can put in the final layer of the factory, which is these orbital launchers. Um, blocks don't fall. When you hear that, the enemies will be back. Planet's regenerated to the point where you can start finding some resources and you have enemies again. You got 5 corporations. Send them nozzles. Send them nozzles. And when the music starts coming in, this music, then you've gotten to the final stage of regeneration. when you're out exploring, it's a good idea to have some building material and a meteorite heart. Because then, if you get stuck out somewhere and it's going to rupture, you can build a temporary base. Okay, this one, valve. I don't know that I have that recipe yet. Do have chemicals though. Okay, the valve, I do not have that recipe yet. I think that's one I need to find a blueprint for. But the other four corporations, I can send stuff to. Let me finish this up, and then I'll put the power plants in and see if everything works. And hopefully get that done before I have to go back to work. Ah, sometimes I roll the mouse wheel a little too far. Well, just through a hole here. I think everything is built. Save before I turn the power back on in case I've built a catastrophe. I have gotten up to wind turbines, which costs 10 times as much but generates 20 times the power of the solar level 1. I think an upcoming reward for stuff I send out is going to be a solar level 2. We'll see what kind of power that puts out. Ah, uh, hmm. Still not enough. How much power am I using? Oh, 800. So, need one more power station. Now everything should start going. Okay. Now, the helium-3 is kind of I think because I have so many things, they're going to be going on a lot of backlog. Hey Ben, how you doing? Good to see you today. Just on my break from work and doing a little building. I'm trying out a new experiment. I'm trying a conveyor belt factory. I'm putting everything onto a conveyor belt. I'll see. It's a bit of backlog to it. Just because there's so many items, I think. But it does look like things are. It's going to fill up the first one first. Because everything's connected. So I might have to let it run a little bit to see if it works. One thing I could do is see if there's a way to maybe speed up the process. Like maybe if I added another conveyor belt to the system. Because now the game's kind of handing out slices to all the production. Let's see. Think how to do this without messing up what's existing. Theory, if I put it, actually maybe I should put it. Gonna got about 20 minutes. I'll put it here so that way it's already taken the turn. From there, stuff will go that way, stuff will go into the storage system, and stuff will come this way. And uh, yeah, yeah, you want to have that. You want to have your heater going if you're anywhere cold, which is everywhere, I think, except you're down to 17. We're still in the 50s, but we're going to go down 40s, then low 30s, or mid 30s maybe, which for us is cold, but it ain't like 17. Yeah, coffee. Oh, I haven't had coffee in a week because I've been sick. Hate that. Can't have coffee. Ooh, that is a problem I did not think about. Oh, is it? Thought I was on the connector. Thought it was not. Thought it was refusing because of how deep the hole is at this point. Oh, maybe it is. Okay, we're gonna have to build down a little. Like now, let's try it. Okay, 5 miles, dude. Especially if you had to like walk it. Hope you are able to drive it. Hopefully, what will happen is this will give me more track to move, have items on, so that they can move around better. And once the storage system fills up with one item, that item shouldn't get any more time slices on the conveyor belt. Still, I'd like the system to flow faster. Ah, okay, let's put this in. Once I get these in, then I can connect it and see what happens. Hopefully, the rest of it will keep working the way it's going to do, but not. It'll shift resources over here so it speeds up the whole system. Yeah, I'll say, Ben. Hey, 5 miles and 17 degrees. I guess that's how you keep young. Don't know if you're getting snow there. We're getting rain here, but not cold enough. One of the things I'm working on getting from the corporations is level 2 storage. I'll increase my capacity to store a lot. I think double or more. From here, I'm going to have to kind of... Oh, let's give this a try. 17 for you would be pretty comfortable then, Aloha. Let's see what happens. Is anything... Interesting. Okay. Well, let's try. Good thing I have the second level of rails. Oh, sorry. It's still on the Steam. Thanks. I forget to change back in the streaming software. Sorry about that. That was really interesting. A blank screen for a while. So it's not going to let me do that. I wonder. Have time? Yeah, I've got another 10 minutes. Let's shut the power off. Kind of pause everything.
Dehydrated. Tasty.
Yes, I know. It's just, keep beeping at me. See if I can solve this. Goes back in. Now, the rail modulator here. need to put this back in here. Now, we'll put that power back and see. Hopefully everything will resume eventually. Sometimes a line will get stuck and it won't unstick. You have to destroy it and rebuild it. We've got this, so it's feeding there. Should feed into there, but that's full. Let me take this and see. Yeah, okay, so it's feeding into there because I did a splitter. Hopefully it will let me feed it into that second belt. Maybe even into a third one if I need to. Huh. Okay. So it is starting to use it as it sees the need to. I guess to the system everything is okay. Nothing's too backlogged to use that second overflow. I guess everything is moving. That unit is what's beeping. I guess eventually those will clear out of the system as they get processed. Okay, so this is processing. I think the basic system is okay. These are processing. I just need to figure out a way to make it faster. Gotta be a way to speed this up more, the production. It'll probably speed up too once it fills those storage units. I think it's going to fill those first before it starts sending items. not going to get an item until its storage is full. This end. Wolfram wires. Oh, see, I just got one. Things are being fed, just kind of slow at the moment. I don't know if that's because of the storage needing to fill first or not. I think I don't have everything I need. No, I don't have time to do anymore. I think I forgot to put in a couple items. A couple furnaces for heat shields and stabilizers. Or is at this level. Oh, I did forget. Did I? Got glass, I've got ceramics. And fabricator. Yeah, I did not put it in for that, but anyway, I gotta head back to work, so y'all have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, Aloha. I hope to see you again. I'll probably try streaming after work tonight. It was good to meet you, and you have a good one, and you too, buddy and Ben, and everyone else watching. I'll finish this system. I've just got to put in the heat shield stabilizer, silicone production. Well, I skipped that level. So, anyway, y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.